unfiltered update stream. Straight from the heart of the Pimcore team. Breaking the mold, we're bringing it new. Knowledge and power directly to you.
Hello and welcome to this session of Pimcore Insight. My name is Christian, and with me in the session is again...
I'm Patrick. Hi, Christian.
Hi, Patrick. Patrick, what should we discuss today?
Yeah, Christian, you have shown us a lot what the Pimcore chat agent is capable of, and now I'm wondering what really powers the Pimcore chat agent. So I'm wondering how inference works and which different models I can use. That would be a very interesting topic.
That's indeed, and I think it's also a very important topic, of course, for everybody who wants to use it, to get to know where I can run my inference. Before we start this, maybe just quickly explain what is inference actually. Inference is called the act of calling an LLM and getting some responses from the LLM. And of course, every agent has an LLM behind it, which does the intelligent part or the inference actually. And so, of course, also the Pimcore agent needs some inference provider in the background. And yeah, we have this all documented in our documentation. Let's maybe quickly have a look at the documentation here. We have here the inference section, and there we have actually two ways of how to configure the inference for the Pimcore agent. The first way is to use the GitHub Copilot inference, which is also then built through GitHub. So really just use the GitHub inference and also the GitHub billing. And the second way of doing is to bring your own key, which means that we can use different kind of inference providers, and also the billing goes through them. There are a couple of inference providers which are supported natively by the Pimcore agent, and we use the GitHub Copilot SDK in the background, so which is supported by the GitHub Copilot SDK. These providers are Anthropic and OpenAI, but actually also all providers which are compatible to OpenAI standards can be used with the Bring Your Own Key mechanism. So you can use Cerebras or how they are all called, Hugging Face inference. You can also use Fireworks, whatever. As long as they are OpenAI compatible, you can use them and these providers for inference.
And what are the options if there are any privacy concerns?
Yeah, that's also an important question. So of course, with the big cloud providers, they have their inference somewhere in the world. You don't know exactly where they send the data to, and you also don't know what they do with the data, unless they say they don't use it, but you never know. But in case you want to be really sure, you also can host your own inference. So you can put some LLMs into your own data center. You can, for example, use Ollama for that and use your own inference and configure that with the Pimcore agent. And so you are really safe concerning privacy and data security, because the data then never leaves in your own network.
Okay, are there any other models that can be used for self-hosting, and what requirements are there?
Actually, you can use many different models. We are not limited, of course, to proprietary models from Anthropic or OpenAI. When you want to host it your own, you need to use also open models, and at least open weight models, maybe even open source models. And yeah, actually the most important requirement for these models is that they need to have tool support and also need to support MCP calling, because you need to interact with the Pimcore agent. And also our experience shows that they need to be quite capable. So really the small models might be a bit too weak in terms of really solving all the Pimcore tasks. But actually this also really depends on what tasks you're actually asking the Pimcore agent to do. There's more simpler tasks like just loading data, these kind of things, also can be fulfilled by smaller models. And then the more complex things like really updating data objects or updating documents, creating templates, these kind of things will require more powerful models. And actually, we are quite flexible in terms of configuring. So we can configure different inference providers in the Pimcore agent. So you can use Anthropic and Ollama and whatever in parallel. And also per agent, we can define which model it should use. So you can define one agent which just uses a very small, fast and cheap model, which does not do the complex things, but more the simpler things. And then you can also configure other agents which use more powerful models that then are also more capable of doing more complex things.
I know that you have had a look into different models. Is there any outcome that you can share with us?
Yeah, actually, it's quite transparent. We also added this to our documentation. There is a whole model evaluation section, and down there we have tested quite some models and really shared our experiences with them. We also added the date when it was run, and of course we need to point out that these are really spot checks. So we did not run this multiple times and did any mean values, but it's really more a spot check. And of course, multiple runs will produce different results. But in the end, we see already what I mentioned also before, that there are models out there we can use. We don't need to use the most powerful ones. Models in the class of Haiku or GPT-5.4 Mini are perfectly capable of doing most of the tasks that we are tested. And there are also open weight and open source models that can be used, like Gwen, like Kimi, like DeepSeek, also Gemma 4, for example, which are perfectly capable of doing at least most of the tasks. And as you see in this table here, they of course then differ in the token usage they needed, also in the time they needed for the run. And in the end, this of course also results in costs that they will produce. But actually, there is a wide range of models that you can use, and it really depends a bit on what you want the agent to do, what your tasks are, how complex they are, on what power or in terms of what models you need to use in terms of capability of the model and in the end size of the model.
You have some more details how you did the evaluation? I guess it might be interesting for others as new models are coming out nearly every week.
Yes, we for sure also will run additional evaluations once new models come out there. And what we did actually is we created a whole evaluation tool for our Pimcore agent, where we find a list of tasks or set tasks. You see them here. They are quite simple tasks like loading data, like summarizing things, like updating data, like updating a car object or accessory part, events, and also then doing some web research, doing some vision things. Actually, this is something I forgot before. When you also want to be able to use vision, like load image assets and tag them, for example, then your model that you're using should also support vision, because if it doesn't, then of course you cannot provide any image data to it for working with it. We also added some tasks for template generation, for document template generation, and also for creating documents. So pretty much the whole range of tasks that the agent currently supports. And then what we did is that we really just run all these tasks. So they always consist of an initial prompt, and then we did some refinement rounds depending on the responses of the model. And in the end, we then evaluated if the model passed this task and came to a result that we accept or what we expected. And based on this evaluation, then we also really decided the success rate here of the different models, and also of course tracked the used tokens and these kind of things. So it's quite an extensive tool for evaluating the Pimcore agent. and this is built in a way that it can be, of course, reused. And so everybody also can use it to evaluate their own models and their own setup. And what we actually did is that we used Claude Code as the operator. So we didn't run these tasks manually by our own, but we really asked Claude Code to do so. So Claude really started the chats, then also did the refinement messages if needed, and also decided if the results of the agent pass the requirements or not. So it did the verdict on that one. And yeah, it turned out to be quite powerful and quite cool to test Pimcore Agent with the coding agent with different tasks.
Cool, yeah. I would say we are at the end now. So thank you very much for the important overview.
You're welcome. Hope it was interesting. You learned a bit. And yeah, don't forget to check out the other videos of Pimcore Agent where we show what it can actually do. And yeah, see you soon. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.